Hey guys, this is the Casual Movie Guy back. It's time to review Project Almanac.
Listen, you have to stop right now, okay? You can't finish the video, okay? You have to stop. Once you review this video, it all ends, the apocalypse starts, and the world's gonna end. You have to stop right now.
Yeah, sure. You can tell me more about that later. I gotta finish my video.
Come on!
Alright, sorry about that guys, I don't know where that came from. Anyway, time to review Project Almanac, which is a found footage time travel movie. Right out the gate, I'm going to tell you guys I did not like this movie. I thought there were elements that were good. I thought the premise was a good idea. You know, I don't know if it's really been done before, the whole, fusing time travel with found footage, but here's the thing, it's not really found footage. Yes, someone is filming it, and that's how you see the movie, that's how the story is told, but it looks too good. And I know that's usually an upside. Hey, this movie looks really good. This movie looks too good to be found footage. It looks like it was filmed on a $40,000 camera, which is a little hard to believe when it's a high school student who the premise at the beginning of the story is that he can't afford to get into the school he wants to. Yet somehow he manages to have a camera that looks like it is used by professional filmmakers. I don't know whose idea this was, but, not a good idea. Not good at all. Now, the acting is okay. I don't really know any of the actors in this movie, but what I do know is that this is Michael Bay produced, and if you've seen a Michael Bay movie, ergo the Transformers movies or Ninja Turtles, you know that he's the big fan of things that go boom, okay? And you definitely get the sense in this movie. There's not explosions like every 5 seconds everywhere, boom, boom, boom. But when they're building the time machine and when they start using it, of course, there's, things flying around, things exploding. You could definitely tell Michael Bay had his input in this movie. And I think it's a cliche at this point that every movie he's in has to have explosions at some point or another and feel way bigger than it actually is. Now, as far as the plot of this movie, I thought the first, quarter of the movie was decent. But it just gets really bad from there on. I thought it was interesting to see them building the time machine and the trial and error of that and, some of the earlier stuff that they do, but it doesn't advance. They do stuff that, every teenager, even some adults would do. They redo a test or they talk to a girl that, they messed up talking to, which is fine and all, but that's all they do. And, they kind of try to get around it by restrictions, saying that, at the beginning they can only go a few hours, a few weeks, a few days, stuff like that. But towards the end of the movie, it's, I think, up to about 10 years that they can go back in time. And I'm pretty sure, it would have been a more interesting movie if they would have delved into, going farther back in time. But they just do silly kid stuff for the whole movie. And this guy, this central character of the film, is a super genius type kid who's going to MIT, which is one of the smartest colleges in the country. And he does stupid stuff. I know girls have a really strong effect on us, but this kid is supposed to be better than that. He's a smart kid. And there's not to say that, there's a nerd look, but this kid looks like he could be the star of the track team. I just never bought that he was an actual, smart guy who didn't get the girls and stuff like that. I didn't buy it. Not to say that it was a bad acting job, but I think it was a bad job by the casting director. This kid did the best with what he could, but he wasn't given much at all. The characters were not well written, and the story wasn't well written. It just kind of felt, cut and dry. There was no change up. What I'm going to say is that I did really enjoy the ending. I thought it was a very good ending to a poor film. Maybe that's because, I just really wanted the movie to end, but, no, I'm just kidding. But I actually enjoyed the ending. I thought it was clever and smart, which is something I wish, the writers would have put in earlier in the movie, the clever writing. But, I didn't really enjoy this movie. I had, I'm going to say I had low hopes going into it, and I enjoyed this movie better than I thought I would, which is saying something, because I usually, give movies the benefit of the doubt, but once I saw the trailers and I saw that Michael Bay was producing it, I just, it had a bad vibe, and, carried out that vibe. it was a poor film. I wouldn't recommend going and paying for it. It's actually, you know, a decent film if you're only, you know, renting it for a few dollars, but to pay the full price at the theater is just, you know, a huge waste of money. It's not a huge waste of time, but worth the ticket price, not so much. I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 11. It didn't sit well with me, you know. At the beginning of the movie, I had high hopes because it started out pretty good and started out strong with a little bit of mystery and an interesting plot, but it just, you know, took a huge dive bomb after that and fell flat. I don't really know what else to say about this movie. I think that, you know, see it if there's nothing else to see, but there's a ton of better things to see in the theater. I also saw SpongeBob over the weekend, which sadly is a better movie than this. You know, what kind of world do we live in where a SpongeBob movie is better than a found footage time travel movie? I don't know. But I know starting tomorrow on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing Walking Dead Wednesdays, where I review the episode from the previous Sunday, giving you guys my thoughts on it and my predictions for next week's episode. Also, I just finished Assassin's Creed Unity on my Xbox One, and I'm going to be bringing a review of that soon enough. I'm playing the DLC right now to get the full effect of it, but I don't think I'll be able to get gameplay footage of, but I'll do my normal videos like this, but just on the game, and hopefully, you know, if I can afford it, doing some more games in the future, because I really enjoy playing them and talking about them. But I think that's all for today. I'm the Casual Movie Guy, and I'm out.